Hello again. So, my last video, I ended with my new birthday gifts, the Yama Budo ink and my little fountain pen case. And today, I got my packaging. Woohoo! Goulet, from Goulet Pens. And I wanted to do another unboxing. Let's get into it. I shall rip this open.
A few moments later.
It's fine. We're fine. We're doing great. We're doing great. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. So, the first one is the Shikiori Sailor ink. Yay! Very cute. I'm excited. All right. And this is the beautiful TWSBI logo, if you already know. And right there tells you the type it is. I got the VAC 700 Iris. Wait, this case is so cute. It's different than the other one, and it's got like a little foam thing here. It's different than, oh my gosh, look at her. She's so cute. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I kind of wish it just came with this on the outside, but I understand why it doesn't. It's clean. It is going to get fingerprints on it, but, oh my gosh, look at her. Look at her little case. This is a cute case. It's like those cases you have for those blind boxes. Okay, so there's tape on both ends, clear tape. Woohoo. Oh my gosh, and there you have it. She's in her holster. Her holster. How do I take this off? Do I just... Okay. They packaged it so nicely. I don't even want to take her out. And she's got a pretty decent weight on her. Very nice. Look at her. Clear piston and everything. Wow, wow. Oh my god, she's gorgeous. I was having a lot of difficulty of figuring out which size nib I wanted for this one. I was in between fine and extra fine because I really enjoy my Kakuno fine, and I just kept watching the Yoseka nib comparison video because that is such a good reference, and I like how they basically compare it to like the like an actual like liner that's like a 0.3 liner, and then they'll be like the lines are about the same, maybe a little bit less than this. So it was good to see, and it was a good comparison video. Highly recommend if you're very interested in the TWSBI nibs and want to see the differences of it. Yes, but anyways, this is a very beautiful pen, and I'm excited to get up later. Okay, so this is my sketchbook that I'm currently using for most of my inks slash just swatching inks. As you can see here, these are some of the inks that I have full bodies of and some of the samples that I got. These four are the ones that I have full bottles of. This one my roommate has a full bottle of. And then these four are the samples that I got from Yoseka that are like 3 milliliters. And they come in this really tiny, cute little jar. And it's like refillable and everything. And I love it. I love it so much. But I will go down the list and tell you a little bit of where I got them. I only recently got into them near the mid/end of 2025. Then my mom got this one in Korea, probably at some bookstore. And then this is when my fountain pen journey truly starts. I went to the Atlas Stationers sidewalk convention, I want to say. I think it's a convention, or at least like the big sale kind of. And that's where we went to Chicago. My roommate and I went to Chicago. We got to see the cool fountain pens that they all had, and it was just a lot, but it was a great stationery store. It even had like some of these Sailor inks there. They do have a great list of different inks. Anyways, I was looking around for a fountain pen. I was trying to decide what fountain pen to get, and I ended up going with this Kaweco Sport in the Olivine color or olive color. It's the metal one. And I actually really love her. She is so pretty, so cute, so fine. The seller that was there was so nice, and she let me like test out her personal pen that was a medium nib, and then eventually throughout the time that we were there, she started filling a few more like fine and bold so people could get like a feel of it. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. I kind of wanted to get the Kaweco AL piston, but that was a little bit more expensive. And again, we kind of went there to check out the stationery, but also it was kind of like another birthday, like late birthday gift kind of thing for me as well. So I decided to go with this, and I paired it with the Wearing Gold Path, and I think it's a great pairing. This also has like a sheen to it as well, which I really enjoy. That same convention, my roommate also got the Robert Oster, and I really like the Robert Oster inks as well. I was also between getting like a J Urban one ink, but again, decided to go with the Wearing Gold. My friend got the gold, African gold ink, and it's very pretty. I also kind of want to get a goldish yellow fountain color at some point, but for now, we'll wait. As you can see, I kind of conceded in getting a Robert Oster eventually later, and that's because I decided to get the Pilot Kakuno Madoromi one. I was looking at a lot of reviews, and before I buy things, I like to look at reviews and just truly think about it a lot before I actually get it. And I decided to get the Kakuno brown, but it's more like a soft gray in fine, because there's only fine or medium, and since I already had a medium, I decided to go for the fine nib. And I really like this. It's a very fun pen to use, and you don't really have to worry about either scuffing it up or like just tossing it and it'll just be fine. I paired it with the chocolate pudding one, and I think it works very well. Recently, I did have to refill this, and I tried to put the sample that I got from Yoseka, the Meisona tea one, and for some reason, it just kept skipping and in the very beginning, and then it'd be fine for a little bit, but like once I like stopped and had to like read something and then I'd write, it would like skip again, and I just kept getting so annoyed with that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it back the chocolate pudding and we'll be great. And it started running very well again. So I'm not sure if it's because maybe this is more wet than this, maybe like the ink. Again, I'm very new. I don't really know what the difference between a dry and a wet nib versus a dry and a wet ink is. I don't know if there is a dry and a wet ink. There probably is. I just don't really know. But this for sure flows so much nicer in my Kakuno than the Meisona for some reason, which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. It is what it is. I think that at least, hey, I got the bigger jar of the one that actually works with my pen, so very happy. Again, I want to get the pink version of this and possibly put this pink sailor in it. And then, again, these are just samples that I wanted to try out. I really wanted to get a brown warm one because I also got the Serpentine. The TWSBI Serpentine. I don't know, I was just really enraptured by the bronze detailing and the fact that, you know, it's like a little mix of all these pretty green, gray, and like cafe brown kind of colors, and they're all different because of the style that it is. I really like the multiple different color shadings on the bottom here as well. It just reminds me of coffee for some reason, like black coffee, and then you just add that dip of cream that slowly oozes down, and yeah, it's just really nice. So I just wanted to figure out what ink would work great with this. So I decided to get some brown inks that I thought would work well, and I think I decided to go with the Dong Ding one, just to, like, you know, I like the idea of matching the color with the cap, basically the inks with the caps. And I did mix this one and Wearing Gold a little bit. It did end up looking a little bit closer to the Wearing Gold like sheen to it, because the gray is just like more of a muted color. So in the future I'll probably get a big bottle of this and do more of this and add a tiny bit of this to get some of that like yellow green kind of color popping through, because this has got a little bit of that yellow green, as you can see a little, but a majority of it's gray. I will say the second leaderboard of the samples is this Kurocha that I will probably eventually get if I get like a darker brown fountain pen, or just some other fountain pen that I think would fit perfectly with this ink, because it is so pretty and gorgeous and deep and rich. I just want to lap it up. It's just so nice. And then I got the 16 Nada Brown, which I also quite like. It is a little bit lighter though, and I think I like this deeper tone to it. Anyways, enough with me yapping. Let us do some swatches. Wow, she's cute. Okay, so what I like to do is, for swatching, first I'll probably, if there's glitter in it, I'll, you know, slowly move it around, toss it around, so it disperses in the ink. And then I'll dip my brush in it, and then I'll just do a little swatch. And then I'll take my not pliers. These are kind of like those nail, this comes in like a nail clipper set, tweezers. And I'll kind of like grab some and then drag it across to get this line through. And then I'll go back in with the dip pen. Let us start. So I'm gonna grab some of this. Voiceover here. So right now it's just a sped up process of what I do. I basically just get a brush, and as you can see, I do an initial line, and then I'll dot near the edge a little bit more to get that shading effect on it. It's not the best, but I make do with what I can. And then coming up, you'll see me get these clippers, and I basically I pinch it to grab some ink, and then I drag it along to try and get some of that shading look. Finally, I grab my dip pens and I start to dip. This nib is the Bros 361, number 361, also just known as the Blue Pumpkin. And then I just write. Here's a little ASMR for you guys. I guess you know if it's good ink if it like has like a smell to it. You can tell, like kind of like how Sumi ink has that distinct smell. It's almost like that with the Sailor one, I feel like. But maybe that's just in my head. And then now we'll do the Yama Budo. I'm probably gonna put that, I don't know, should I put it like right underneath? She's gonna be a bright one. I can already tell. And from the previous pictures that I've seen, I know she is. So again, I'm just speeding up the process. Wow. This is a very pretty and vibrant pink. And I know at that moment, I was so excited to put that in my TWSBI VAC 700 Iris. So let's just jump back into it. Yama. For this, basically we take it off. I think unscrew this part and then we pull it up, and all you gotta do is push it down and it sucks it right in. Oh, she's gorgeous. We shall insert her down and push. Awesome. And voila, we got at least half. And then here, I'm just doing a sped up version of me trying to fill more ink into the barrel of this VAC 700. And now there's a little more than half. I have my cute little bunny notebook. And again, I showed you the Serpentine TWSBI. I got that in the 1.1 stub. Then the Kaweco in the medium, and Pilot, Kakuno in the fine. And now I have an extra fine. Ooh, and I love the weight on her. She is beautiful. Well, okay. VAC 700. Iris. She's so smooth and pretty. Wow, she might be my daily carry. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, I don't use my pens too often, but beautiful. Love it. It kind of looks really similar to the fine for the Pilot, actually. So I don't know. Maybe I'll see what an extra fine in the Pilot Kakuno is. I would probably get one for myself. But I do know Pilot brand is Japanese, and I think TWSBI is German. I don't know. But there we go. There she is. Thank you. Bye.